Hello everyone, welcome to Opportunity Attacks. This is episode 36 of our D&D actual play of Keep on the Borderlands. If this is your first time tuning in, you may want to start in episode 1 for context. The link is in the description below. Please like and subscribe so you will know when our next episode will be uploaded. If you've made it this far, I salute your dedication. I think it's time for a real quick update to freshen you up on the story. The heroes went to Olka to help their old mentor Bernard, who was having goblin problems. They tracked the goblins down to an abandoned building in the middle of the woods, which they were headquartered out of. After killing all the goblins, they found a note on the goblin leader. The note was instructing them to disrupt trade with Olka and the Keep on the Borderlands. After reporting their success to Bernard, they then went back to the Keep to tell someone about this note. They spoke with Talbot, the captain of the Keep on the Borderlands, who informed them they were also having similar problems with the road connecting the Keep and the towns of Kvothe and Aquitani. These two towns were in dire need of food due to this trade deficit. Talbot hired the heroes to escort a caravan to both Aquitani and Kvothe. The heroes made it to Aquitani and delivered their goods. Making their way back to the Keep, they stopped at the town of Kvothe and met a priest of Ogma named Livy. In his library, they found the remains of a Volo's guide. Inside of it was a map of the local area. They then went back to the Keep and celebrated the Festival of Green Grass. Not sure of where to go next, the heroes consulted their newfound map, on which they noticed a strange location deep in the woods, labeled as the Caves of Chaos. They then left to investigate this mysterious location. When they got there, they found a huge canyon with a waterfall and stream running down the middle. The walls of the canyon are dotted with caves, and the area appears to be teeming with goblinoids. They entered the closest cave and killed an entire tribe of goblins and an ogre. The neighboring tribe of hobgoblins came down and investigated the carnage, while the heroes hid. The heroes were able to piece together that there is some sort of truce between the goblinoid tribes. They then retreated from the caves to report what they have found. First to Livy and Kvothe, then to Talbot, the captain of the Keep. Talbot also mentioned that somebody named Pascal from Silvery Moon is coming to meet the heroes in about a week. They then went back to the Caves of Chaos and killed an entire tribe of kobolds. They then infiltrated the hobgoblins' lair, killing the entire tribe and saving a few human captives. They left the Caves of Chaos and were met by a messenger who told them that Aquitani was burned to the ground by a little fire people. They then went to Aquitani and found a superstitious Uthgard tribe at the base of the mountain. They then assisted Francisco in killing the fire people in the mine and a fire snake, who appeared to be summoned. Then the heroes went back to the Keep. The Red Wizards came back from the Great Worm Cave and set up a Thayan enclave outside the Keep. The heroes then went to Olka to help Bernard locate their stolen woodworking equipment. They crafted a plan to catch the axe thieves. The axes magically flew away into a strange glade, and down a hole in a large tree, where they entered a strange new realm. They followed the axes to a fairy village, where the fairies claimed that they were trying to protect their village from Olka's logging. They came to an agreement to stop stealing the axes. Then the heroes saved the fairies from a giant toad. The heroes left the Feywild and learned that 15 days had passed, even though they were only gone for a few hours. They went back to the Keep, where Conrad the Red Wizard asked for a meeting with the heroes. He said there's a mysterious, powerful magical item in the area, and he will make them rich if they bring it to him. They then went to Kvothe and met with Pascal the Harper, who also offered to pay them handsomely if they bring the magic item to him. The heroes then went back to the Caves of Chaos, where they entered one of the orc caves, killing the entire tribe. Then they went to the neighboring cave and killed another orc tribe. The heroes then went back to Kvothe, where they discovered the town was attacked by lizard folk. They then went to investigate a strange location in the bog via boat with Alden, the leader of the town of Lullaby. The heroes found a small mesa in the middle of the bog. On top of it was an ancient ruined keep, like the Keep on the Borderlands. They discovered a tunnel system under the keep in the mesa. Inside of a sealed room, there were a handful of ancient letters, which were written right after the fall of the ancient Nethril Empire, 1,830 years ago. The letters were from the Keep on the Borderlands and told the chaotic environment after Karsus' folly. It mentioned that they found a mythaler, and were planning on moving it to the Caves of Chaos. The heroes now think they know the magic item that they're looking for. They then proceeded to kill the entire lizardman colony. They then went back to Kvothe right after the town was attacked by bugbears and gnolls. They followed their tracks to another abandoned keep in the Lurkwood, and then back to the Caves of Chaos, where they killed an entire tribe of bugbears and saved 7 human captives. Then they fled the Caves of Chaos and made their way back to Kvothe, where they found out the keep had been poisoned. They returned to the Caves of Chaos and discovered a giant guarding the path to the Knoll Cave. They then decided to investigate the secret passage in the Bugbear's Cave. It led to the neighboring Minotaur's Cave, which turned out to be a labyrinth with strange traps and puzzles. They killed the Minotaur. The heroes capture and interrogate a Gnoll who tells them that the Mythaler is in the highest cave in the Caves of Chaos. They left the Minotaur Cave to find Livy walking through the canyon looking for the heroes. They then killed the giant. They then attacked the Knoll Cave, killing the entire tribe. They also discovered an ancient Nethril key, also a secret door in the Knoll Cave. They went back to the Bugbear Cave and opened up the ancient Nethril door. Inside, they found the other half of the correspondence of the alchemist from the Bog Keep. Once back in the canyon, the masters came out of their cave and telepathically told them if they leave the Caves of Chaos and never come back, they will make them rich. They then killed another giant. The heroes go back to Kvothe and rest. They return to the cavern and assault the Master's Cave through the secret door in the Knoll Cave. Hello everyone, we have made it. This is the final episode of Keep on the Borderlands. I just wanted to pop in before we begin to thank you for making it this far. We will talk more at the end after the story is finished.
Alright. Let's do this.
Yeah. So I guess we're going to loot.
Yes, loot the bodies.
We're going to loot. I'm going to strip that magical armor off that guy.
Heroic music. Alright, so the evil demon elf thing that's turning into a demon hits the ground with a thud. And the bell all of a sudden stops tolling. And I don't know, the air seems to be lighter around you. The candles that are magically lit, the red candles, those are those little pillar-looking things, they automatically go out. And you're standing in front of the altar. Behind the altar, there is still a, the hypnotic shapes stop. Just go away. And what do we do?
Looting.
All right.
I'm looting the wizard first.
I'm going after the armored dude.
I'm keeping an eye down the hallway.
I'm being smart. I'm keeping the enemies in there. Yeah.
So he has splint and a shield. He has a rapier. None of which look, like anything really, really special. The mage doesn't really have a lot on him other than he does have a ring.
Take the ring.
That has a few garnets in it.
Take the ring.
Excellent.
Okay, you said that was splint on the dude.
Mm-hmm.
Now, does it look like normal worn splints?
Looks like normal worn splint.
Okay, so it doesn't look like it's magical?
Doesn't look magical.
Really?
It looks.
What do you expect? We're level 5.
Well, honestly, I actually thought he had said he had magic.
I take his rapier.
Okay.
So I was like, it doesn't look magical. So
No, the rapier doesn't look special, but it is nicely made. So
I'm not gonna strip him with splint mail then if I don't have a reason to. I'll take the rapier, I guess. I'm gonna have to put something
I took the
down.
rapier.
Okay. Did you?
Can I take 10 minutes?
My rapier.
Oh yeah. Oh no, it's
I'm asking the group. Can
Yeah.
I take 10 minutes?
I think we need to take an hour if possible.
Okay.
That would be really appreciated.
I take 10 minutes to focus on the ring. And learn of all the actions that happened in this room in the past hour.
so.
I hear everything as well.
And I'll just tell you the story of what happened. So basically, you saw praying going on, so all the people going in there and praying in front of the throne room and in front of the hypnotic shapes on the wall. There's also the discussion between the two guys. You didn't really get the mage's name, but you definitely did hear that the you hear too. You don't just see.
Yeah. I
The
see and hear only.
leader guy, the guy in the armor, his name is Dryden. So that's all you really know. And he appears to be the leader as far as they were well aware that they discussed you multiple times. That's actually where most of the discussion was like, okay, so they've taken out, all of the different caves there. They even mentioned how you went into the Owlbear cave. Hopefully they die, ha 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 ha, and it basically kind of ended with, okay, they're here, let's get ready. And so then they begin summoning demons, and that's where, and then basically they were waiting for you is what they were doing. They weren't exactly sure at what time. I mean, it didn't appear to be scrying on you, but they knew that you were coming soon because of all that was going on. So that's why everything wasn't prepped, ready to go. But once they heard combat here, though, because of course this is kind of leading up to the very end part, that's when they... And here's the deal, is that multiple times throughout this, they were going in and out of a secret door that is in the corner right there, behind the drapery.
Here?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
So yeah, and that's really most of what you know. Right before they... Yeah, that's... and then, of course, you enter, and that's it.
Okay. Now I'll take 1 hour to see if this ring is magical or not.
It is.
Sweet.
Do you get all the information?
Identify gives me all information, even curses.
Mm-hmm.
Rings, just a regular trying to identify it through an hour, does not give me curses, but it gives me everything else.
Okay. It gives you +5 to Arcana checks.
Ooh.
And it gives you detect magic.
Ooh.
Once per day. That is so nice.
Yes, it
That is so utility, but it's so
That
nice.
is your magic item that you got for the end of the campaign.
No.
Um,
That's a very, very nice magic item, though.
I take 10 minutes longer than everybody else when resting, but
Oh, you can do that while resting.
Yeah.
That's fine. To do your
afterwards,
spell. Yeah, I
yeah.
see what you
I
mean.
was concentrating on my rapier.
You're like, boom, boom, boom. Nope.
Nothing.
Wah, wah.
wah, wah.
Damn.
After I'm done.
You also are aware of that right there, that
Yeah.
room in there.
All right. Well, I got a couple of things for you guys. This ring is magical. It gives you a deeper understanding of arcane knowledge, as well as give you the ability to detect magic within 30 feet of you.
I have no use for that.
That's all you, kid.
I have no objections.
I could sell it. I mean, I'm fine with that.
All right. So I attune myself to the ring.
Okay,
Alright.
okay.
So I will put that on. So you said +5 to Arcana?
Mm-hmm.
That's a +12.
Yeah, that's a very nice
Modifier.
magic
Jesus.
item.
It's like damn near epic.
Yeah.
What's the name of the ring?
That's whatever you want. It doesn't have a name.
Ring of Arcane Knowledge.
Shiny ring. Alright, so we take the rest. I guess we'll check the door that's right next to us.
I said I had other things too. Give me a second.
The false door, or the secret door?
Well,
Which
no,
isn't
I
really
didn't search the chamber. I only know of the door in the hallway.
Oh, okay. You look in there, and it is an empty room with just piles of bones on the floor.
It's probably his resource pool.
There are a couple things I need to discuss as well.
Okay, well, I'm not going in the chamber. If I see a chamber full of bones, I'm not going in there.
I point out to everybody and showed in that vision of 1 hour I had for the past hour with them that there's a door there.
I guess we'll check it out. Yeah, do we want to go there or we want to check the throne room real quick?
I'm going. I want to look in there.
Okay.
All right, so there's no even door. You just undo and it goes into a hallway that goes down into it goes 20, 30 feet into a room that's 10 by 10. Inside of that, there's another door. So let's go ahead and give you a description of that first room.
The door is at the door. I feel like this might be trapped. I don't know why, but we might want to be careful.
I agree.
Fine decor here includes an ebony furniture with red velvet upholstery, a large bed covered with black silken covers and red cushions by the northern wall, and a silk dressing screen along the southern wall. On the wall directly over the bed leers a large demonic idol with gleaming gem eyes.
Don't touch it.
What? No, I'm kidding.
Abu, no.
I
this might
climb
be-
on top of the statue and try to remove it with my sword.
No.
No, I'm not.
Are you doing
I'm
it?
being an ass. Anyway.
Actually, this might be where the ring might come in handy.
Detect any magic there, buddy?
Go for it.
I can only use it once. I would like to be able to fully explore this place. It will last for 10 minutes. I want to fully explore this place, and then we'll check.
Okay, no, that makes sense.
And I've already spent an hour here, so might as well.
That way, if there's any other what looks to be magical items, I would know as soon as I come across them. Alright.
All
Leaving
right.
this room.
There's another room in there, so if you want to go through another room, and the door there.
I'll look in
In
there.
the idol room?
Yeah, so in the idol room, there's another door that goes further on.
Is this going down?
No, so basically it goes, and then there's a small little room right here, and then additionally there's another room right here,
Okay.
which is the ante room. Apparently this is a waiting room. I read these in reverse, but that's fine. Apparently this is a waiting room. This room is furnished with fine divans and chairs, a golden flagon, and 9 golden leaf cups set upon this tiled table.
Don't touch those either.
On the floor is 3 zombies that are unanimated now. 3. You would guess that they were probably animated at one time. They're just rotting corpses on the floor.
Burn them.
Well, that we probably would have smelled that quite a while, but all right.
Don't touch the goblets either.
So it's just a table with goblets, and it looked like a waiting room. Okay.
That's the first room or the second room?
That's the second one room. I reversed them accidentally. Inside of that ante room, because that's kind of like, it looks like a writing room to some degrees. For some reason, they have zombies
there's
in those.
Definitely letters. I'm taking those.
There's kind of like a writing table, and in that writing table is a few letters here, and
I'm taking notes.
make sure
I can, pretty sure, without a doubt.
Well, if they're
Confirm.
letters, you can just grab them.
Yeah.
exactly.
Confirm it's not
Pieces
magical.
before we crush them.
And also on top of that, in that writing desk is a. You kind of open up a bottom drawer, and inside is a. So it looks like one of those ancient keys that you've been using, but it's like this big,
Mm.
and it's heavy.
You want to
I
carry
have too
that
many
for me?
weapons. I can't lift it. I'm not putting my weapons down. No.
There's a total of 3 letters in that total. So let me know if you want to read them.
Yes.
Where'd we find that key at?
Right next to the letters.
So you glance over the letters, but you can kind of assume one's in front of the others as far as the deal. One is in a strange letter. It's written in a strange language, unknown text, a continuous script, and it's written on a strange vellum. It's like a greasy gray with little bumps in it. It's like some weird animal that you've never ever seen or heard of. If you want to take checks, you can.
I'll take checks on the animal, and I'll take checks on the language.
Cool.
Which do you want for knowledge? I have them all, but now it matters with Arcana.
Animal would be nature, and then history.
For the language.
Mhm.
Language is 18. Animal is not high enough.
You've never seen this language ever. The script almost looks like, how Arabic has one continuous line and it's all one continuous line except for dots. It's like that. This whole entire thing is one continuous line, and when it goes left to right, it continues down with a loop and starts the next line. So it's as though the whole entire paragraph is one continuous line. So you've never seen anything like that ever. As far as the other ones, they're definitely written in Chondathan here. And let me get those. Here is number 1. Dryden, my servant. I cannot put to words on how displeased I am with you. You lowly thief, don't you understand that I can put you back exactly where you were a year ago? How dare you let the base of the Mythaler slip away like that? And don't use the excuse that you didn't know what it was used for, or you were overpowered. I have received the money from it, though, and will use it to fund your little army. However, remember the last time you attacked the keep? The walls were all they needed to keep themselves safe. We need something bigger or more powerful to take this keep. Figure this out. I will send one of our brightest mages to find a way to use the Mythalar in another way. Once the keep is taken care of, I can move in, and we can set up operation. You have most certainly noticed that red wizard moving through our territory. It makes no fiscal sense for him to be in this region. He must know something of the Mythalar. He definitely doesn't know where it is, though, and make sure it stays that way. Do as I say, your master. That's number 1. Here's number 2. Dryden, my servant. Your plan sounds adequate. That is the only way the walls will fall. But are you sure you can attract giants? You say this worked once, but will it continue to work? And also, will it attract more than just one? However, one giant is all you need to take down the walls, and then the goblinoids can do the rest. I'm not confident that you have this plan worked out. Don't you understand that you may take the keep, but then Mirabar is coming after you, and you're going to need an army of giants to deal with Mirabar. Before you attack, cause a disturbance in the keep. This will make the assault easy. And once you have a few giants, attack. Do as I say, your master. And that's number 2.
Well, sounds like we already took care of that shit.
Well, the only thing I could think of for that other letter would be possibly the Red Wizards contacting this guy to barter.
It's interesting that they want to keep. That they want to keep so bad.
Well, it also sounds like they sold off the base of the Mythalar. If that's the case, we have no way of moving it from its position.
Not only.
Maybe the wizards have it.
I think
That's why they know it's here.
I think the most important part of this is that he was not it. There's someone above him.
Well,
Yeah.
Dryden was not the leader here,
Yeah, problem is there's no way to
as we
tell.
previously thought.
Yeah, there's no way to tell who the master is, though. That's all they sign it as.
I think if we go down deeper to the Mythalar, we might find out.
Oh, I mean, we have to find that anyway, so...
So going to the additional rooms, and we're probably going to skate through them, basically. This one right here is an odd one because you... are we going... Which one are we going first?
We're taking that heavy key, right?
Where did
Yeah,
we
yeah.
find that at?
That was
Near the
in the
letters.
writing room. So the one
So,
with the...
I guess, I mean, if I'm going to be able to carry that thing, then yeah, I'll carry
Yeah,
it.
oh yeah. If that's what you're concentrating on, that's perfectly... I wouldn't say you can fight with it or anything like that.
Can I look over the
I
key?
just roll it down the hallway.
Yeah, it looks identical but larger, and it allows you to see the mechanisms and how you push it in, and the little, so you see the little things, and it allows you to kind of look in it a little bit more intricately. But it's made of stone, which is or that concrete stuff that you've never seen. But other than that, it looks identical in every way.
I have a theory.
Go for it.
This might be the base of Mythalar.
could be.
Maybe. Is it? I mean, you have the ring thing. Find out if it's magical.
I will find out later, not now. I want to be sure to explore this place first.
Well, I'm gonna
Because
keep.
you'd easily be able to take 10 minutes and just
Yeah.
kind of run through this place. Literally, if you kind of did a little jaunt sprint, you could get through this whole place easily. So as far as wow, so are we going to which room first?
We'll check the right first, I guess.
Okay,
As well.
check the right. A red streaked stone contains black veins from the that form the walls of this chamber. So yeah, it's black and red veined marble. Inside is 4 unanimated zombies. They just lay on the ground.
Have I recognized anywhere of where the path of the Mythalar is?
You can see down this hallway that... oh, no, not at all. But you can definitely see down that hallway is an exaggeratedly large keyhole
Okay.
that you would
Never
go
mind.
into. So just to let you know there,
Never mind.
you would still see that. As far as this hallway, you see a line of... This hall is an audience chamber, but is deathly still. To the south, The red-streaked stone floor extends toward a circular dais on which sits a throne and with 4 large gems. There is a pile of bones, 6 on each side. I mean, I'll give it to you. They are unanimated skeletons that just fell. All the bones fell right on top of each other. Heads rolled around a little bit, but other than that, everything just went...
Well, my theory is wrong already. Disproven, but...
Where are the gems at?
I still don't recognize the path.
They're in the they're in the throne itself. If
He
you
was
want.
sitting on the chair.
Yep.
Don't touch anything until we're done.
And then there is the door.
My hands are full. We'll say I skip it
This
for
is
now.
this
My
is
hands
where
are
the
full.
zombies were, right?
Yeah. I skip it for now. My hand is full with the key, so I'll skip it for now.
Do we want to proceed through the door?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we might as well, but we're coming back for those gems.
As long as they're not magical, sure.
What
If they're magical, it's even better.
If they're magical, they could be trapped.
Well, that's what the ring thing does, doesn't it?
It will tell me it's magical. It won't tell me
Let's
what
open
it
this big ass
does.
door.
Yeah, let's get the door open.
Yeah.
It's hard to do, but
With my
But
mighty
you're-
strength, with mighty strike strength.
you're
That's
easily
16.
able to do it. And let me give you a description, but then I'll throw a map down. The strange door opens automatically as though it still has some sort of spell still on it from ancient times. The sudden and smooth movement of the door startles you. The door cracks open and an oddly bright blue light emanates from the room. This immense room holds a huge blue ball sitting on the ground in the center. The giant sphere has an approximate diameter of about 150 feet. To keep the huge ball in place, there are huge blocks of stone wedged on each side. You can see a deep crack in the mythalar that runs almost all the way through the glass-like ball. This crack starts on the top of the mythalar and runs down one side. Near the ground by the crack sits a small copper ball with 2 copper pipes exiting it. One of the pipes comes out the top and goes up to the ceiling. The other exits the side of the copper ball and is wedged inside the crack of the mythalar. Above and below this pipe is a few metal spikes that are wedged inside the crack. It appears that these spikes are used to open up the fissure for the pipe.
Well,
Huh?
there's a mythalar.
Broken.
So the mythalar is like giant.
Yes.
Oh, it's massive, yeah. I bet that's magical.
It's a gigantic glowing ball.
Don't need the
I
ring
mean-
for that one.
No.
And this gives off an incandescent, like a light bulb light, like a neon light bulb light, which is very odd to your eyes. You're not used to seeing things like this.
So the thing that's a pipe.
So yeah, that is a copper pipe. It's like basically they put a kettle, a brewing kettle, and they put it down, and that there's a fire underneath the brewing kettle. It's very, very low glimmering, and you can't really see it because it's so freaking bright. But once you go up to it, you smell firewood, and there's a little stack of firewood in there, or charcoal, and they're keeping a fire under it. There's a way to open the door. If you
Yeah,
want
I was gonna say I'm gonna open it. I'm curious.
Opening the door, you see a pile of smoking crystals inside. So basically, and it's giving off of red steam.
Magical crack. Oh shit. Okay.
And
Oh.
the steam actually kind of hits you for a second as it kind of pops
Don't do it.
out.
You've been sober for so long.
And you can see that it's actually leaving up the pipe.
Okay.
Into the
But the
mythology?
crystals are just in there.
Yeah, so the crystals are in there, and there's a fire in there, and then the crystals are giving off of smoke. And
Are they glowing like the orb?
Is it like entering the mythalar?
No.
it looks as though the smoke is leaving the chimney that goes up to the ceiling.
Yeah, does it look like something's venting into the kettle
So
furnace thing?
this line thing goes up
Into the crack, yeah.
into the crack of the mythalar.
Yeah, and then there's another pipe.
And this
thing.
little circle in the middle is the chimney.
So does it look like anything is feeding into it?
No, the mythalar. So maybe energy from the mythalar. You go look at the mythalar crack, and so that pipe is wedged into this crack, and then you can see that they took like railroad spikes and they jammed it in there, maybe to widen the crack a little bit so they can get a pipe in there.
Okay.
As far as what's going on here,
I'm gonna leave that alone because
yeah.
this seems something that's way beyond what
We need to put the fire out.
Toby would know. See, I was thinking putting the fire out and grabbing the crystals, but I don't know what that's gonna
crystals
do.
are hot.
Don't grab the crystals. Just put the fire out.
Fire out putting out is easy.
I'm investigating the room.
All right. So over here is and it's you know, a solid stone structure. Definitely made. It looks as though it made in ancient times.
Squares, 5 foot squares.
5 foot squares.
Oh.
Yeah, this is a big room. This right here is, it's just like all of that light. So, and I shouldn't have drawn a line here. So that's why I drew the yellow line. The wall stops, and the light just continues to go off into this direction, into blackness. You probably step up to it, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
There's no railing or anything like that. And you can see the roof, like the ceiling, and it looks like it goes on for a long time until eventually the light cuts out, even past dark vision. And then, as far as going down, it just complete blackness down. If you were to poke your head out of the wall and look along the wall, you can see the wall going this direction, maybe light, but eventually it ends in blackness.
Just a big chasm around here.
Mm-hmm.
Chasm.
So yeah, that's it.
We need to find the controls room with Other. We need to find who he sold it to.
Did you control with magic?
What?
Don't you control with magic? I mean, I don't know. I mean, this thing's like way beyond anything that I know about.
It's definitely nothing that we can move right now.
I don't feel like comfortable touching this thing. Like,
if you want wisdom saves to remember certain things about the letters, I can give you that.
I don't need wisdom saves.
Oh, okay, yeah. So with yours, how you actually control the Mythaler, and this is the letters between the two alchemists, is that the base controls, completely controls the other.
You can even shrink it.
Yeah, exactly. You can shrink it. You can do everything with the base itself. Without the base, it's just a big battery. It's a big magical battery that apparently you can make some sort of.
I think I think those are like power cells.
Oh, I forgot
That's
it
what I
was
was
the
thinking.
battery
Like
thing,
it's charging
so
the
they're
charcoal.
Taking
the
it from
crystals.
it and charging the crystals.
That's what I'm thinking. Do they don't glow at all, the crystals?
No, I mean, no, they look like kind of quartz is what they're looking like.
I'm gonna kind of knock some of them out without like
Okay,
touching.
kind of like
because
rake them
they're
out or
really hot.
something. They have
Yeah.
some tools and equipment there. Yeah, they just fall to the ground, and you can tell they're kind of spent, so they kind of ash out a little bit. So yeah. Are you gonna completely douse the fire and everything?
I thought we had done that.
Okay, cool. Yeah. The red smoke stops. So
Red smoke.
Mm-hmm.
I missed that part. I'm gonna give a second for the crystals to cool down a bit. I'm gonna touch one.
yeah, eventually it's
Oh,
fine.
red
It really
smoke.
doesn't take a long time
Yeah.
for them to
Do you
cool.
believe
smoke.
this was making that cloud that was attracting the giants?
Oh,
Possibly.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Because his chimney's got to go somewhere.
That'd be a lot of smoke. I wonder if it
And
took
we
so
are
damn
at the
long.
top of the caves, so
Uh,
perhaps this was the means that they were using to attract the giants so they could go after the keep, which still begs the question, why do they want the keep so bad?
I have no idea, but I mean they're dead, so
Yeah, well, not their
One's
boss.
still alive.
most of them apparently. Okay, so
Master is still alive.
yeah, which that one if we care, we're gonna have to investigate later
Well,
on.
I'll sweep the place, see if I can't find anything.
Your ring explodes when you turn it on. in here.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, whoa. Yeah.
You're blinded.
You get white out in here. So as far as in that room,
How long does this last?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
I
So
have
that would
enough
allow
time.
you to
Quickly
run
sprint
through. You have
through
to do a good
everything.
sprint, but it'd be standing out. It'd stuff be very standing
And
out.
it's 30 feet from me in any direction. Doesn't matter which
Those
way.
potions, I'll just tell you, those are magical. As far as the, I guess the bell is not anymore. So the altars have magical something in them. The gems are not, so you're fine there. In there, there's these bowls and relics and stuff on the altar. Those are magical.
Not the altar itself.
I don't think the altar itself. I think it's just the stuff on it.
Those should be good then.
And which altar is that?
That one over here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That
it just
one.
has.
Those should be fine to grab then.
So yeah, there we are.
What about the idol over here?
The idol is magical. Yeah. All right. So what do we do?
And the golden cups and everything in the
That's
antechamber?
just- yeah, those are
okay,
fine.
we'll take those too.
Okay, excellent.
Grabbing the gems.
All right. So where are we? What are we going to investigate? Anything? Or?
Well, we're grabbing the gems, the goblets. So what were the gems? Were those 4 gems?
Yeah, there were 40 gold each. Is what I would.
I guess we're at those ends.
Yeah.
So I'm grabbing.
And you would liquidate them, so just give yourself 40 gold.
Each?
Well, each
No.
or...
Four.
Well, there's 4 of them, so yeah,
4
40
each, or 40. Yeah.
40 each,
40 each.
so 120 gold.
160 gold.
Or 100, yeah, I can't do math.
But we'll get 40 each.
Bitch, I ain't sharing. No, I'm kidding.
160 divided by 4.
Well, we just got
40
I
anyway.
wasn't sharing. I'm
We just have like a giant pot going, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, well, I guess just add it to that then.
Yeah, I stopped counting money because it's all been going into the bank of Tipper.
You're not a very good rogue if you don't have more gold than everyone else.
So those are worth
Probably.
20.
Yeah, I haven't spent shit, so I got so much.
So as far as any other, is there any other thing we're gonna be?
We're grabbing the goblets in there too. So how much are those a piece?
Yeah, those have a price here. Those are worth.
And they're magical?
No.
No.
That's why we're grabbing them for right now.
So there are 9 gold leaf cups. Those are 2 gold pieces apiece. So, 2 times 9. They're gold leaf. And a flagon worth 10 gold pieces.
How fancy the flagon?
I'll say very fancy because it's a golden flagon.
I want to keep the flagon.
Okay.
What about the things on the altar? Over here that were magical.
Oh yeah, let me see what those are actually.
You don't have to tell me what those are, but we're gonna investigate those later.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, those are magical.
So just put magical altar goblets.
Okay. You can take that 10 gold out of my group allowance or whatever.
There wasn't anything else in there that was magical, other than that altar.
No. Yeah, that altar was the magical.
Okay, we don't want to touch that.
Do we want to check out the sarcophaguses?
I really don't want to disturb the dead.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's bringing the dead back right now.
No, that's true. Everything else
That's
is
why all
dead.
the other piles of bones and corpses aren't.
You just run in there and check. I mean, you don't have to touch anything
It can't penetrate your stone.
at all. Or usually it's like 6 inches.
It's usually about 1 foot. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can just run in there. If you don't get anything, we'll leave it alone.
All right, that's fine.
Okay. So
Do I
anything,
find
on
anything in the sarcophagus room?
Nope.
check the Medusa.
No.
I forgot about her.
Just open the door. Don't look in. Just
Wait, we
open the
can't
door.
really leave her there.
Yeah, we can.
We can. She'll starve. I'm pretty certain she'll starve to death.
Yeah.
She's probably got to eat, I hope. Maybe. Did we
We'll-
find food
We'll
here?
we'll starve her to death and gain the experience from it.
There we go. We technically we did defeat her.
Yeah. Just very slowly.
Through retcon.
All right. So what are
I
we?
kind of feel bad about leaving her in there
I don't.
because that's potential danger
Turned
for
you just
travelers.
so-
Yeah.
Almost.
There we are. So
It didn't happen.
are we doing anything with the idol? The idol that's above the bed. Okay.
I mean, we can maybe stay in there and like do the focusing thing.
No.
No. Well, we got to tell someone about it. We can't just leave.
And
Yeah.
a lot of these things can be actually like gone through at the end, as far as you could kind of quick go through them.
Yeah.
Now the let's see, what room number was that? It was 55. So room number 55. So did we take those relics off the altar there?
Yes.
Okay. Who touched them?
Durhale.
Give me a charisma saving throw.
Oh, charisma.
Charisma?
Ooh, that's either banishment.
It's a shallow bowl, a
charm.
pair of goblets, and a vase-like pitcher. And they all glow an ugly purple.
Roll a 1.
Yeah, I just rolled a 1.
Too bad you're not a halfling.
On a failed save, the character falls under a demonic curse and refuses to. Okay, so that vase is the most precious thing in the world to you, and you will not let it go.
Did you say precious?
You have to throw him in a volcano now. God damn it.
Okay. I guess that we can RP that out if you guys want.
I mean, if you're just putting it in the bag, then I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not going to think anything about it.
No, I won't let it go.
Yeah, he's holding
Well, he
it.
literally has to be touching it, or it just means it has to be in his possession.
At least in his sight, for sure. You know, well within his protection, which in his hands, if he doesn't have anything in his hand.
What are you doing with that?
Keeping it.
Okay. Okay, ignore it. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't really think otherwise he's carrying it. It's weird. Okay.
Does anything about him, change?
No.
Yeah, no, he's just carrying it, so okay, you want to carry it. Cool.
It's mine.
So
Okay, man.
there we are.
We'll split this shit up when we get out, man. A lot of stuff.
Yeah. So you guys can. What are we doing now? Is there anything else?
I want to get the altar. the fucking totem. What would you call it?
Idle.
Idle. Do you want to do it?
I kind of.
There's gems in its eyes, basically, is what it is.
I told you
what
it's
you wanna do is you wanna
magical,
poke,
and I
you wanna-
told you not to mess with it.
Touch it, and you want to jam your sword in and try to pop those sockets.
I want to find out what it is.
You don't have to touch it. You can sit there and spend
do
an
that,
hour
man.
to focus on
You'll
it.
attune to it though.
You don't have to. No, see, you have a choice. You can identify or attune to it. That's why I was asking if it took the extra hour for you to attune. But
And it's both.
yeah, you don't have to attune to it if you do that.
You guys want to wait an hour?
I mean, if you want to spend an hour doing that, but
Might as well figure out what it is.
I don't want.
I'm gonna go to the cave entrance and look over the valley.
The valley looks peaceful. There's a nice wind going on, and the red cloud is actually is dissipating, and it's not moving out completely, but it's there is a giant there, and it's talking to another giant right now.
Okay. I'm just sitting at the entrance.
Okay. And we can fast pace this actually. So how long are we spending in here, like going over all this stuff?
I mean, we're just kind of grabbing it. I think if you want to take the hour, I guess, to do it.
I'll take an hour.
Okay.
You're not attuned to it, but identify it.
Do you tell us about the giants?
No, because we knew they were there. So.
Okay.
I
Well,
take the hour for the vase.
Gonna recover
Okay.
more HP.
The vase.
Your precious vase.
Yeah.
Mhm.
While it is magical, it's not necessarily a magical item. It has a demonic spell cast on it.
Well,
That
I don't know curses.
Okay. Well, it's you kind of know this one as far as it's just your most precious item ever, and it doesn't have any function other than just being precious. You feel as though you're gonna start building. You're thinking about like how am I gonna make this in put this on a little altar? You know how people have like altars where they put all their weird shit in front of their. That's what you're planning. Like you're just planning this in your head. How when you get a house, you're gonna have a little altar room for this little vase, and yeah,
This could be better than the one you got it off of.
it's gonna be way better. So yeah, there we go.
What do I identify about the idol?
Oh, you're actually spending time with the idol? Do you like touch it and grab it and all that stuff?
I mean, is that part of?
I don't know. It just says you have to focus on it for an hour.
I would say you have to at least touch it. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
At least it's
I am nowhere near this, by the way, because I said this was a bad idea in the first place.
Come
Yeah,
on,
I
Dex.
don't
The
know.
last one
I really
wasn't
don't
so
know.
great.
Just kind of depends on when it happens.
All right, 16 plus my Dex. 21 or 21.
21, you easily just jump out of the way. Just like you get in front of it and you're like looking up at it, trying to fit, and it just goes boom and falls on the bed and falls on you. I mean, you easily dodge out of the way.
They're just
Behind it, though, there is a little cubby, a little place to keep secret stuff. And inside, you see a little potion. I'll just go ahead and tell you it's a potion of etherealness, because this is basically the end of the game. So a potion of, and also a gold ring inset with a gem. The total worth is 520 silver pieces.
5.2 gold.
5.2 gold. And that'd be 52 gold silver pieces.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Sorry.
and you can round that.
Not 100.
The idol's gems are the eyes. There's 2 of them. They're each worth 25, so it'd be a total of 50. Is anybody?
Are you trying to take the gems out?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can just calculate this in money because, of course, this will all be liquidated unless you're wanting some of this stuff.
What's etherealness?
How much is the? You said the ring was worth what?
52.
20 silver.
50. Yeah, 52 gold.
Since I'll be spending a lot of time with
Your vase.
I'll be spending a lot of time with what's his name?
Too fucking funny.
Can't think of his
As
name.
far as like no one here is gonna fucking know. We're just like,
Pascal?
okay, keep the base.
No, the other Harper,
Oh, Livy.
Livy. Would he recognize that it's cursed?
Possibly.
Okay,
Only if you
because I'll be spending a lot of time with him.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Because I'm going to help him build that library there.
okay.
And altar. Oh, the library's
And
gonna have an
apparently
altar.
now an altar.
So we wipe through the dungeon. We get everything is of worth money. If there's anything of note that I left out, we'll give it to you because you'll have time to come back here.
Please never fight this curse.
After you wipe this whole entire
Like,
He
I
takes
want it.
adventures.
I
He
want-
dies trying to
I
save
want
this
I want
bowl.
this vase to be a permanent part of your character.
this whole entire this dungeon, and by the time you get out, and Tipperton was outside the whole time, he notices that the giants eventually just kind of shake their head and kind of walk off eventually.
So, what's a potion of etherealness?
Turned you
I
ethereal.
turned
for-
you ethereal, so you can
Oh.
walk through walls and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the ethereal,
yeah.
ethereal
Keeping
plane
that on
too,
my
right?
person.
Ethereal plane too, right?
Yeah, I think you might be able to go to other, have a planar shift is what it is.
No
so
idea on this edition.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely
yeah,
I think
holding on to that.
you can.
that is a very nice one to have at the last moment. Just boop, you can't hurt me.
I'll take the
Except for magic.
potion.
So let's fast pace this. Let's move this into fast paced role play. Now, of course, as far as what are we doing,
I'm going to Livy to see if he can identify this language at all.
I've also kept the 53 gold pieces, 53 silver pieces, and 53 copper pieces that are Nethries separate.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
if Livy's interested, or if you guys want to do something with that.
They'll probably at least match you gold for gold. I'm guaranteeing, but they might go more. So yeah. Where are we heading? Let's get the map out and there's no travel time. There's
We're
no worry
locking
about
that door and keeping the key with us.
Probably
Cool.
going to Kvothe, aren't we?
Yeah.
Or no, did Livy go to the keep?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we probably should go find Livy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody's
we'll
at
go
the
to
keep basically.
Keep them.
We need to grab our horses though first at Kvothe.
Oh, true. Yeah.
So yeah, you go get your horses, and this can all be fast tracked. They don't have to worry about time or anything. You go get your horses from Kvothe. It seems as though nobody knows that it's all over, which is odd. They're all still chaotic and, oh no. And you grab your horses and you ride on into the keep. You make it to the keep. Inside, everybody, and you, I would say, arrive kind of near the evening.
Can you broadcast our adventure to everybody as we walk by them?
I can only
imagine
do up to
those
6
panic?
people.
Well, yeah.
Panic.
Just like
Oh my
flashed
God.
it into people's minds as they
Durhale is
walk
very
past.
secretive of his power, so no.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, outside everybody's drink. Everybody is there in the middle of the big feast or the big drinking thing that everybody does in the middle of the day. Even Talbot and not Talbot, but what's his name? Lucian, who's second in command, is standing out there, and they wave at you. They seem real happy to see you. They say, "Hello, everybody," and this is Livy. The whole Bellanon's there. Bellanon survived.
All my information to Livy.
He looks over at
upload.
Pascal and he goes, "It's over." And he goes over to Lucian. He says, "It's over." And Lucian says, "What's over? What's over, guys?" Party.
I reveal all the information but the mythology to him.
He goes, "Oh, so our goblinoid trouble's over completely?
Yes, we've cleared the caves.
We're gonna have to go
And
deal
there's
with
no
that
more
owl bear.
necromancer.
But other than that, that's not too bad."
That's a friendly owl bear. You just leave that thing alone. It left us alone the whole time.
Oh, okay.
We need to kill it.
Good deal. So what becomes of the caves of chaos? What you guys are calling it? What becomes of this place? This is Lucian.
Well, I suggest that over the next few months that we clear it out even more. There's plenty of things that we left behind. Lots of food that we can spread around the cities that we have here? Or
Supplies as well.
yeah, there's plenty of things that we left there in the caves.
I wouldn't
Excellent.
drink the ale, though. The ale might be poisoned.
Yeah, most definitely. Did you
Yeah.
find the brewer?
We never did.
No.
But we didn't look for the body and all the carnage that we created.
Well, we'll check it over. Well, everybody's drinking this whole entire time, and he's basically telling you what has happened at the keep. There was, multiple people died. The dwarven quartermaster, the halfling, the little halfling innkeep person lady. She died. Of course, Talbot died. Many people died, especially the old and the young. He says, I've taken over captain of the keep. He says, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy this responsibility, but he says it's
I was going to offer my services for that if you feel
he says,
not up to the job.
we'll see. I'm working at it day by day. I'm working one day by day. It's let's just say it's easier being a blacksmith.
And you're not going to give me a keep?
You gotta side with the Red Wizards for the keep. No, so yeah. Pascal says tomorrow we're gonna go see the Mythaler.
Out loud?
Yeah. Well, he can't telepathic to you.
He could
no,
nod or say something to me.
Nobody knows what a Mythaler is.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
These are NAK'd people.
Yeah. He goes, we need to go check this out. And you showed him the Mythaler, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to check this out. From everything you've seen, and he has guards with him by now. There's more guards at the keep than there used to be. Everything seems on the up and up for the keep, though, other than that.
Actually, if I can borrow you and Livy for a moment.
He says, most definitely. My friend here is going to be coming in to look at the Mythaler. An old geologist friend.
More than happy to be friends with him as well.
Most definitely. He's an interesting, strange man. So yeah.
You guys want to record this real quick? 177 gold pieces. 423 silver pieces. And 125 copper.
All right. So you is there anything we're doing that day?
Are you,
I wanted to
Mr.
talk to
Parker?
Livy and Pascal.
Okay. Yeah, they kind of separate with you.
I would love to join in studying the Mythaler along with you. This is in telepathy, so it's pretty much hush-hush, but if you wouldn't mind, Livy, if I could stay at the Temple of
Agma.
with you, I can help you build your library in my free time. I would like to research who this extra person might be.
Worried about your base.
And I'm still clutching my vase, apparently, as I'm saying this.
He goes, of course. Yeah, of course you're more than welcome. What is your? He kind of eventually goes back to the group and says, what is your all guys' plans from here on out? I don't see. I mean, of course you're more than. And Lucian says you're more than welcome to join the guard.
Well, in the letters that we read, they're really focused on taking this keep for some reasons. And yeah, I'm going to stay here and help you rebuild your forces.
Do you show them all the letters
Possibly.
and everything? Like the.
Well, we kind of showed them everything. And
Kind of did with the mental upload.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, I'll stay around. Help you
Excellent.
train your forces, possibly.
We need that. We need that for
Get
sure.
things up and running here again. I'll probably be here between here and what's the place up north?
Olka.
Olka.
He says, speaking of Olka, we're gonna send word for Bernard. Let's
We can be the word to Bernard.
we'll go. Well, you and Pascal says you need to take me to the Mythaler first. We need to do that tomorrow. I'll get Bernard. We'll have something ready for you when you get back. We'll bring Bernard and we'll see if we can get the guy from Lullaby. we'll see if we can get Alden and everything. We're gonna try to get everybody together. I think it's time for a Thanksgiving. So yeah, is there anything else? What is your guys'
So what
plan?
all we did we get for doing this?
He
We just
hasn't
got like
given
some
you.
land and that was it.
So as far as what that is customized to you. So you
Okay.
tell me at the end of the game what you really want that to be, because that can be almost anything.
What was the deal? Land?
Land, a mansion, a house, possibly servants. So basically what this
I
is...
thought that was the one we weren't choosing.
No,
No, you weren't choosing slaves in a castle.
yeah, a mansion instead of a castle. And we
Yeah.
servants
A
instead of
mansion
slaves.
with slaves, not a castle with slaves.
No, we
No,
still have to pay
servants. I mean, you
servants.
might have like one man, body servant, body man or something, but
Okay. I mean,
But who are we talking to about that? We were talking
Pascal
to
and
it's Pascal, yeah.
Okay.
And he says, after you show me the Mythalar, we'll talk payment here, and you will be paid in full, and it's your choice on where you want this land. If you can go back to your home in Red Larch if you wish, and I guarantee I can buy you the nicest house in Red Larch for sure. I would upgrade a little bit farther from that though.
Where the hell's Red Larch?
way south.
way
Yeah, that's
south.
way south.
Who's from
near-
Red Larch?
Like 2
All
weeks
of us.
travel.
That's where you guys are originally from. That's
Yes.
the original town that you guys were based out of.
You don't know your own backstory?
I don't
Technically,
remember that part.
well, no,
Mine's
that's
Baldur's Gate. Or
Baldur's
whatever.
Gate is where you were
Yeah.
born and grew up. When these guys were, you guys
we
were
found each other
adventuring.
in different places.
Yeah, and you guys eventually set up shop after Bernard left. You guys set up shop in Red Larch. So yeah, there we go. What is there anything else I can? Is there anything else you want to talk with everybody about?
Not really. Toby just wants to get this over with.
Okay.
So he doesn't. He
You-
has to go back there now.
You end the night, and you wake up the next morning, and you're not. You feel as though you're not in such a rush anymore. You can just go somewhere and not worry about getting there very fast, and you feel very, very calm. Everything just feels a lot more calm.
Calm before the storm.
Yeah, the owlbear attacks, and then
The Mythalar's gone.
TPK.
He's really the master the whole time. He's really a level 20 druid.
so you
my
I forgot to mention his friend shows up and travels
Okay.
with you. So his friend comes up. He is an old man, bald. He has a little bit of facial hair there and gray hair. And Livy goes, Pascal goes, "Oh, Erasmus, you look much older than you
Erasmus.
used to. This is my friend, Master Geologist Erasmus." And he goes, "Hello, everybody. It's good to meet you. We're looking at what he said, rocks. We're looking at some the volcano up at.
It's
Speak up, boy. I can't hear you.
it's good
Can we get him a lozenge or something?
good to
A lozenge? What would
meet
that be?
you.
He's not good around.
We have
new people.
those in the southern regions. It's good to meet you too.
My name is Durham.
Durhale, it's good to meet you. You have a very nice vase.
Thank you.
Don't touch it.
He says, "Can I see that vase?"
It's precious.
No.
He's kind of clinging with it. I don't know. He's just been carrying it around. He won't sell it either.
Ah,
He hasn't let it go for. Yeah, come to think of it, he hasn't let it go since he picked it up, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I don't sleep next to him,
it's
so maybe when he puts it down, I don't know.
Because it's mine.
Okay, man.
Alrighty, man. Possessive, but alright.
maybe he says that's his share of the loot.
Yeah.
He chose a pretty light item. That's not
Yeah.
too bad.
Can you wear as a helmet at least? Get some use out of it?
You as you get out of the gate and go down the on your horses
How
and
big is
everything. It's a small little vase. It's not very big. It was
Oh,
one-handed.
okay.
And Pascal kind of leans over to Erasmus, and you can hear this. He says, "We're not looking at. Sorry to misinform you. We're actually not looking at the volcanic.
Hold on. I can help with that.
Oh yeah.
He's old, don't kill him.
Embrace for impact. Don't hold on to your reins when this happens. His eyes get big, and he says,
Such a cave.
I didn't know that those were still around, but no, I would love to find that in those crystals. Let's find out what this is. You continue to walk down the way, going to the Caves of Chaos. The trail is well beaten now because you have traveled it so many times. You get to the cavern, and Livy, Erasmus, and all the Harpers look out at the canyon and go, oh, so this is what you were dealing with the whole time.
Yes, I wouldn't suggest going into any of the caves, though.
Well, from what you showed me, you killed everybody. Mercilessly. It's probably pretty nasty in there.
Well, there is that one door we never were able to open, right?
No, we opened
Oh,
it.
we know we went back. Yeah, never mind. Okay.
Well, there's the hallway with the cave in.
Oh, there is that too. Yeah.
And
And
then
the
we
owlbear.
never found the owlbear. We never went into the cave. You checked
The
it out.
owlbear is
but
friendly. We don't need to kill the owlbear.
You didn't come out after
It's
me.
not
Exactly.
fucking friendly.
Well,
It
so I think
just
I was
did
like,
not.
You
come
leave it
anywhere near
alone.
us.
Oh well, I guess it's gonna have to feed eventually. Then.
You eventually make your way up to the, and really, you guys take your sweet time. You're informed that in 2 days you're actually going to be, there's going to be the feast, is what's going to go down. So, you guys spend your time and spend a night here and actually look around at everything, going into all the weird little places, and you make them aware of the Tyche's trap over there, that weird, strange Minotaur trap, and you guys look over the whole entire thing and kind of recount your battle to some degree so they can actually absorb it. Kind of a debriefing is really what this ends up being. You take them back to the Methala room.
Keyleth went down right here, and then Keyleth went down over here.
Kids only got turned his stone. Oh, the Medusa's still there.
Yep,
The who?
they know.
Medusa's still there. So yeah, we gotta be
Medusa.
careful with that one.
They know.
Yeah, they say, we'll take care of the Medusa. We've dealt with these before. I am an extensive traveler. Let's just say I've been deep in the ground. And I've encountered a few.
Yes, he has.
So, here is the, let's see this Methaler. You open up the massive door, and it automatically opens, which this is fascinating for everybody, especially Harpers, because they're obsessed with all these magical craziness, and it just opens up like a sliding glass door, and then they kind of are afraid to walk into it, and they walk in real quick. And eventually, this is, they see the Methaler, and Pascal looks up at the giant magical sphere and says, "You have done well. I will send a letter to Silvery Moon. I will request the help of the leading magicians of the realms to study this Methaler. I will also request for your reward. You are great heroes, and you have saved this region from a serious threat. I will leave my guards here to protect the Methaler." Erasmus runs around and looks at all these little gems on the ground, and he inspects the Methaler itself. He goes over here, and as he looks down there, you can see Livy casting light on things and dropping it down. And then eventually it would just continue going down until you couldn't even see it, and then you might be able to see it at the very end just sitting there, but it's tiny, tiny stuff.
Livy, I actually might have a solution for you. I'll take 10 minutes and tune myself to an object
Oh, you do?
and cast light on this.
He does.
Throw it down. And
So
I'm
it's
sharing
falling?
everything with it.
And you're like,
Yeah, exactly. So you
Vertigo.
it continues to fall and fall, and in this time period, you're actually Erasmus goes, I know where this is gonna go, and he says this goes to the Underdark. I can even tell before it hits, and then it hits, and then he can kind of look around. You see a mushroom. You see a beetle skirt by. I mean, it's very, very limited what you can see. A rock. So it's not too much what you can see down there because of the limited light space. But Erasmus says, this is definitely the Underdark. 100%. No other way.
Do you see a base?
As far as the base goes, I mean, what you were talking about, I don't know what that would even look like, actually. All I can tell
he
is...
sold it.
Huh.
We just don't know
buy
who.
that. Did he buy it maybe to Thayans?
Possibly.
No getting it back now, at least.
Hopefully within my research I can find who he might have sold it to and who this other master is.
Especially that other piece of that strange writing. I have no idea.
If we had a cleric, they could cast Comprehend Language.
He says yes. And I didn't tell you, though. And they do have a cleric. The page itself was magical.
Oh.
So, just to let you know.
Okay.
Now, as far as that goes, would a 4th level cleric be able to cast?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He casts it on it, and the text actually scrawls around and kind of blurs.
Actually, I'll double check that real quick.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
I'm pretty sure it's a 2nd level spell.
Yeah, Pascal is a mage, so if not. But all the ink kind of blurs together and then kind of reassembles back, and he says, there's nothing I can do on this. This apparently, blurring voices, there's nothing that I can do on this. It seems to be resistant to it or isn't a language at all. I mean, that's a possibility, but just the fact that it reacted to the spell is something.
I turn it upside down and try to read it.
No,
damn it.
Not
Okay.
quite.
I hold it on the edge and look at it.
I look at it a little bit cross-eyed, and I kind of stare a little bit
sideways.
I put it right up to my face and slowly pull it away.
I'll look into this as well then.
Says, yes, most definitely. We will. He says, well, boys, you've earned your keep. I would say you spent...
You're going to give me the key?
Not quite. I
First
can't
level.
quite do that. Yeah. I can't quite do that, but
I could kill everybody in it and take it.
you've definitely
Probably.
you've definitely earned your keep. But and you'll most definitely get your reward. Now think of you have a long time to think of what you want. My contacts in Silvermoon, it'll take a while for me to actually get those people up here. So think of what you would like, and you will get your reward. I believe at the keep, I believe they have one thing I was able to procure, a nice sack of coin here. So let's go back there. It's going to take it. By the time we get there, the feast should be starting.
So how much gold do we get a piece from it?
Well, you're not there yet, but
Fine.
It's probably hidden text or secret writing. I think it's as well as that.
so you leave the way. You leave down and you're going back. You actually encounter Francisco, and he says in his Amish accent, "Hello, how's it going?"
How's it going, Francisco?
We're going to the keep. Are you going the same way?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Excellent. He actually is loaded down with iron ore. You go to the keep, and you are there. And then
I show off my golden lead flagon as I showingly drink it.
I show off my vase. Making sure nobody touches it.
I can hold more. No.
So you guys get to there. Everybody is really happy. Belenon offers everybody a 10% permanent discount, which is very rare for Belenon.
Stingy bastard.
Yeah, this is the thing. 10%.
Oh, is that the guy with the magic items that we never talked to?
Oh no, no, this is Belenon, the little small gnome guy.
Oh,
He's the
Yeah.
one with the store.
I thought he was.
Yeah.
I thought he was one of the ones that died, but
No.
it was the captain of
No,
the keep. That I
yeah,
was
captain of the
thinking
keep, and he and then Bernard's standing there, and Bernard says, "Hello, everybody. It's good to see you."
of. It's good to see you too, Bernard.
How's the treaty going with the pixie things?
Oh well, they apparently haven't contacted us back. I mean, it hasn't really. It's only been like one full moon since, so we're still waiting. They
looking for
haven't
the
messed with
markers?
us. They haven't messed with us yet, but I don't. We'll see what happens. You guys can come back and help me, right? You're not going back to Red Larch right this moment, are you?
I'm not.
I heard you're done.
I catch
Yeah,
him
we
up to
finished our
speed.
business.
Upload.
He goes, oh. So the Mythaler?
I show him everything, but I do stress discretion.
On the Mythaler?
Yeah.
He says,
And
wow.
how much you love the vase.
Yeah.
He says,
There's a couple
Little
seconds
messaging.
devoted to the vase.
yeah. some selfies, some snapshots.
He's looking in a mirror posing.
I'm gonna
with
buy
it.
a vase at Walmart tonight and bring it with me all the damn time now.
So you, well, that's. It looks like you've definitely helped us out. I mean, I just wanted you up here to help me with goblins, and you found and he says it out loud. You found a mythaller? I can't believe it.
Do you even know what a mythaller is?
You told me what a mythaller was, a big magical ball, and
Yeah.
and he says that out loud too. So yeah. Everybody's there. Every single person's there. Even apparently old Alden from down south comes up. Everybody's there, and
But the Thayan Wizards.
but the Thayan Wizards never made it, and they're actually
leave guard.
prepping this whole entire time and getting things and moving things around. And you notice the somber attitude caused by the poisoning begin to lift as the days of the feast come up. Money and trade seem to have finally begun to flow through the keep. People from all the local towns surrounding the keep have showed up for the feast, bringing with them all sorts of supplies. Fish from Lullaby, vegetables and bread from the keep make up the fare for the Thanksgiving feast. You can smell the bread baking and the large cauldrons of stew that are boiling. The people of Olka make makeshift tables out of sawhorses and planks. Apparently someone has commandeered the brewer's equipment as many mugs of ale begin to make their way around. Before anyone is served, Livy stands on the fountain and gets everyone's attention. Once everyone quiets down, he begins to speak. This past year has been trying on us all. The lack of goods, the dangerous roads, and the insecure state of our food supply. These have plagued all of the cities around the keep, culminating in the heinous poisoning that happened a few weeks ago. However, we are all starting a new chapter for this region. The roads are secure. Trade goods move freely between our towns. And the people who committed these horrible crimes have been brought to justice. Peace has been secured to this region. Today we come together in thanksgiving, and we are all thankful that the storm has passed. The catalyst of this change was brought by 4 foreigners, who are now one of us. Toby, Tipperton, Keyleth, and Durhale. You have each put your life on the line multiple times for each and every one of us. And it is this that we are thankful for tonight. Now let us pray. May Lathander light our way, may Mistral guide our magic, may Timor grant us luck, may Chantia look after our crops, may Helm protect us, may Ogma grant us knowledge, and may Saloon guide our path. We ask you, benevolent gods, to look after your devoted children. And so shall it be. Now everyone raise a glass to the heroes that keep on the Borderlands. Everyone raises their glasses in toast to their heroes. An overwhelming sense of pride rises up in you. This is the biggest accomplishment of your life. You have changed the lives of hundreds of people in this region. And from here on out, you are known as the heroes of the keep on the Borderlands. Woo! All right, congratulations, guys. You guys completed Keep on the Borderlands. Shout out to Gary Gygax for writing this a long, long time ago. The once roaring fire in the center of Olga has now burned down to low embers. The townsfolk who are gathered around the fire are now lit by a blanket of stars above their head. Bernard closes his long tale with,
"And that, my young child, is the story of the heroes of the keep on the Borderlands. It has been a peaceful 2 years since the evil cult was destroyed. Our heroes never returned back south to their home. Toby now lives in Aquitani and is learning the mining business from Francisco. Over time, they have fully rebuilt the town. Tipperton has taken up residence in the old abandoned Nethril way station in the Lurkwood. He has renovated the small keep and now monitors the road through the Lurkwood for any sort of trouble. Durhale lives in Kivik and has helped Livy accumulate his huge library. He also spends his time at the caves helping the Harper study the Mythaller. And as you all know, Keyleth lives with us here in Olka, in that new house they tried to trap the fairies in. And he makes sure they hold their end of the deal. As you are well aware, the region has been prosperous, as the Aquitani mine has been in full swing, and Livy's library in Kvothe is brim full of tomes containing knowledge from around the world. The keep was able to erect new walls, and its population is now doubled. The people are flocking to the area to make their fortunes. And even here in Olka, we...
Bernard pauses and looks down at the young girl, now asleep. With a smile, he begins to pick up the small child and says,
Next time we'll tell a shorter story. Maybe that one about the calzone golem.
The townsfolk begin to slowly move and stretch. As they begin to stand up, they hear a sound of a horse galloping toward the village. The rider bursts into the clearing, bringing his mount to a dramatic stop in front of the startled townsfolk. He is wearing the southern military garb of the Silver Marches. He says,
I am seeking the heroes of the keep on the Borderlands. The High Lord of the Silver Marches, Methramar Ariasume, requests their assistance.
and there it is. We did it. I can't believe we made it all the way to the end. I want to thank you so much for making it this far. It would be totally awesome if you could comment down below just to show me that you made it all the way to the end. You can say anything. What editions of Dungeons & Dragons do you play or have played? Do you play any other games? Is there anything I can do to improve my game? What did you like? What didn't you like? You can say anything, even if you just want to say hi. I just want to say hi back. I would just like to hear from you if you made it all the way to the end. I'm not sure how many people are watching this to the end, but for those that do, I would like to personally thank you. So make sure to comment down below so I can do so. I plan on making a follow-up to this episode in a few months, and if you comment down below that you made it all the way through all my videos, I will personally give you a shout out at the end capstone video. This will basically be a behind the scenes of Keep on the Borderland, if you will, where I give an overall plot overview. I want to also go over what they missed, which was a surprising amount, so make sure to watch out for that video in a few months. I want to give this episode a little bit of time for those people still making their way through the videos, so I make sure they get a shout out in the final video. Now, of course, if this is way in the future, and I already posted this final video, still comment down below. I still want to see who makes it all the way through to the end and personally thank you. Now to address what I'm working on for the future. The next thing I have planned is I'm going to be doing a short Warhammer Fantasy roleplay game. Now, most of you are probably not familiar with WFRP. This game has been around since the mid-80s, and has gone through a few edition changes, with a new edition just coming out. And of course, it takes place in the Warhammer Fantasy world. Not the Warhammer 40k world, however, it's very similar because it's a futuristic version of it. So if you're familiar with Chaos in Warhammer 40k or Orcs in Warhammer 40k, it's basically the same thing, just imagine them in a fantasy setting. Still check it out though. It is generally the same idea as D&D. However, it's way easier to die and magic is way more rare. And rather than losing hit points, you break bones and knock out teeth. Once again, I hand drew all of the maps. So here's the Overland map. Once again, it's going to be a sandbox style where they can kind of go where they want. Much more cities though. And here are a few other maps that I'm going to be using. A few town maps. A couple different town maps here. And of course some maps of other things. Another thing that will set Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay apart is there will be far more terrain. You may have guessed that I have a crazy amount of Warhammer models, and thus I have a huge amount of homemade terrain. WFRP doesn't use a grid system like D&D. It uses a measuring system, and thus I can use terrain, as I'm not stuck to putting everything on a grid. I've made a whole bunch of custom terrain specifically for this game. Like this right here, this is a little fort with some tents in the middle, and is surrounded by a bunch of pine trees. Stuff that I made recently. Here is a huge cliff where a battle of some sort will be taking place on. And this is a gargantuan ruined city. This took me years and years to make. This is a compilation of a lot of pieces of terrain. This will, of course, also be in the game. This is one of my more ambitious creations. It's a huge river barge. I've always made small boats in the past, but a lot of WFRP travel happens on riverways. Now lastly, here is a little preview of the stop animation that I did for the intro. This took a few days of solid work. Now, for my D&D diehards, please stay subscribed. We are only going to be breaking away from Dungeons & Dragons for a small period of time. D&D is my bread and butter, and my Warhammer Fantasy roleplay game is going to be a fraction of the length of this game. It will also be done in chapters, so I won't have to do one gargantuan game. After that, I'll be returning right to 5th edition again. I've already begun working on the Isle of Dread, and also the Hidden Shrine of Tomoa-chan, and I've kind of combined those there. Here are a few of the city maps that I've made for that game. However, I may run Ghosts of Saltmarsh. So, something to do with the sea. But I can guarantee you that I will be doing another large-scale Dungeons & Dragons game soon, so make sure to stay subscribed. Now in closing. Well, at least until my behind-the-scenes video goes up. I am totally astonished at how many people are watching this. It has been one hell of a long road for me, and it took a whole bunch of work. Way more than I would ever have guessed. When I first started out, this was going to be a very simple thing where I was just going to, mic a game basically and put a little camera on a table and move the miniatures around, and as time went on, it got more and more and more, and at the end I really like what it became. And hopefully it continues to grow and change. Now I may take a small 2 or 3 month break from posting any new games. This gives me a little bit of time to play and record the games, but you better believe I'm always going to be working on them, whether videos are going up or not. Now finally, thank you very much for all of your kind words. Thank you very much for your dedication in watching my videos. If you enjoyed Keep on the Borderlands, stay tuned. There will be much, much more to come.